Guys, welcome to another episode of Midnight Chapters. So, you know how we do it every night: find a novel and then read one chapter or less than a chapter. Let's see if it's something we'd like to keep reading. So, this is called Beyond the Innocence, The Uncle's Addictive Love, and I found it on novelup.com. Let's go through it. Let's see if it's something we would like to continue reading. Chapter 1: Contract Marriage. Do you want to marry me now? Outside the men's restroom in a bar, Gumian stopped a stranger standing on tiptoe, pressing him against the wall. Her voice was childish, but her tone was domineering. She had to get married today, or else her stepmom would marry her off to a perverted old man. Rather than jumping into a fire pit, she'd rather hire a man to save herself, even if he was a male escort in a bar. The dim light in the bar fell on the man's face as he was pinned against the wall by her. He had sharp eyebrows and clear cold eyes. The man lazily raised his eyelids and glanced at Gumien's heavily made-up face, his tone indifferent. "Get off, kid." "What?" He called her a kid? Gumien raised her eyebrows like a small beast provoked and made a light clicking sound with her tongue. "Very well, old man. You have successfully caught the attention of this young master. It's just a contractual marriage." Gumien deliberately approached him and her finger inadvertently touched the man's wrist. "I won't treat you unfairly. Won't you consider it?" Before Gumien finished speaking, the man suddenly raised his eyebrows, his gaze falling on her wrist and then sharply scanning her. His strong oppressive feelings pressed down on her, making Gumien unable to breathe for a moment. Gumien became timid. "Forget it. Pretend I didn't say anything." She lifted her hand, released the man, and turned to leave with her head down. Suddenly, her back felt cold. "Can you leave now?" A cold hum came from the man's throat, and his low voice was laced with a metallic coldness. "You're not refusing?" Gumien turned her head and looked at the man in confusion. He took a step forward with his long legs and suddenly approached her. His face, which could turn the world upside down, immediately enlarged in front of her. The man towered over her, and his unfathomable eyes glanced over her casually. "Did you bring your household registration book?" "Of course." Gumien's mouth curled up, and the light in her eyes brightened again. 1 hour later, at the Civil Affairs Bureau, Gumien tightly held her household registration book and ID card, stealing a glance at the man beside her. Why did he suddenly agree to marry her just now? "Are you a minor?" The man raised his eyebrow and looked at her sharply, scaring her. This man's aura was too terrifying. Even his casual gaze was as aggressive as an eagle's. But Gumien wasn't scared. She raised her eyebrows, straightened her neck, showing her ID card. "Who said that? I'm an adult." It was clearly written on her ID card that she was 20 years old. She was born on the 29th of the 12th lunar month, so she was 2 years old when she was born. In fact, she was only 19. And the staff checked her documents. They handed them 2 declaration forms to fill out. Gumien quickly filled out hers and happened to see the man finishing his last stroke. The vigorous and powerful handwriting was like a dragon and a phoenix dancing. So his name was Hao Leng. No wonder he was so cold and aloof. Gumien silently complained in her heart and handed the declaration form. At that moment, Hao Leng looked up, and in his sight was the young girl's arrogant and willful signature. Her name was Gumien? "Excuse me, are you two getting married voluntarily?" The staff member's gaze scanned the two of them with suspicion. Despite the heavy makeup on Gumien's face, her youthful and vibrant energy couldn't be concealed. In contrast, the man next to her exuded a mature and cool aura. It was no wonder that the staff member was skeptical of the obvious age difference between the two. Gumien was taken aback and instinctively looked at the man beside her, only to find that Hao Leng was also looking at her. As their eyes met, a playful glint appeared in his dark and brooding eyes. "Are you scared?" he asked. At that moment, something stirred in Gumien's heart, but it quickly passed. She took a deep breath as if to prove something and took hold of the man's arm. I'm not scared of everything. I'm not scared of anything, she declared. Hao Leng lowered his head and looked at their intertwined arms, lost in thought. A few minutes later, they finished the paperwork and went upstairs to take their wedding photos. At the staff's strong insistence, Gumen went to the bathroom and temporarily removed her gothic makeup. 5 minutes later, she emerged from the restroom with her fair, oval face adorned with delicate features. Her thick, coily eyelashes fluttered like butterfly wings, and beneath them were a pair of clear, sparkling black eyes that could easily captivate anyone. It was a far cry from her previous gothic look. As Gumen looked up, she saw Hao Leng's sharp gaze scrutinizing her. What's wrong? Haven't you seen a beautiful woman before? She asked, trying to sound confident. Hao Leng withdrew his gaze and pursed his thin lips without saying a word. Gumen wanted to ask further, but was hindered by the urging of the staff so she had to give up. Guys, let's end here tonight. This is a Chinese novel translated into English. So if you have to read it, take your time, be patient, and I'm pretty sure you would enjoy it, just like I've enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure you will have fun when reading it. Thank you guys. Have a good night. See you again tomorrow.